And we are taking you up live right now to Philadelphia, where we are hours away from the first debate between former President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. The debate will last 90 minutes. One of the big rules, candidates' microphones will be muted, only turned on when each candidate's turn to speak. There will also be no audience, and neither candidate will be allowed to ask each other questions.
So what else can we expect this evening? Well, joining us to preview the big debate is Fort Worth Star-Telegram columnist Bud Kennedy, who I appreciate driving over from Fort Worth this morning.
We're all together here.
We are.
That's
we
right.
are. Well, let's get to the debate this evening. How many voters do you think are still undecided in this election that may be swayed by tonight's action?
Yeah, I don't think anybody has been undecided this whole year. I mean, we started the year with almost nobody undecided, and I don't think that really changed when the Democrats changed candidates. You know, what people are watching for tonight is, first of all, whether either candidate does anything wrong that might change their mind. I think the most important thing that people are looking for, there are some people who are undecided. There are people who are just looking for somebody positive with a positive spirit. The people are undecided, the people who are disgusted with both candidates and hope one candidate gives them something positive to vote for.
And by positive, you mean talking about their specific issues, their platforms. So what do we expect to hear from each of them? What do you think the focuses are going to be on?
I think that Kamala Harris, the best thing for Kamala Harris is to present a positive image for America again, to give this kind of a happy warrior kind of impression that America is good, that the Biden administration's been good, that things are going well in America, and that they need to stay with what the Democrats have been doing in office. You know, obviously Donald Trump, as president, he promoted the idea that things were going badly. His campaign is focused on crime, immigration, that things are going terrible in America, and that he has to make those changes. She has to maintain this bright image of America. He'll promote this dark image of America and promote the idea that they have to make change.
Let's talk specifically about each candidate, though. What does the Trump campaign hope he's able to accomplish tonight?
I think specifically what the Trump campaign hopes that he can spotlight some of her deficiencies. My gosh, this is somebody who's debated over and over for president. He's been a television celebrity his whole career. He owns the stage and he owns the camera. They will probably have something physically. He wants to show that he's almost a foot taller than she is. He wants to dominate the stage, and so he wants to be the big personality out there. And so they want to show that he is the more presidential of the two candidates. I think that also he wants to show spotlight, particularly with Pennsylvania being almost the key state that everything is wrapped up in. He wants to talk about her stance on fracking, what she said before and what she says now, because that's specifically interesting to Pennsylvania.
Now, when it comes to Kamala Harris, we've seen Trump do countless interviews. You mentioned multiple debates that we've seen him, and I think this will be his 7th. Kamala Harris has sat down for one interview since becoming the presumptive nominee. So what do you think people want to hear from her? We haven't seen her give a lot of things to the press at this point.
Well, I think that people want to hear more than just happy talk, but I think that people want to hear, some more details about what she'd like to do as president. I think that people want to know, something about an economic plan, something about a jobs plan. She needs to talk about something besides abortion. Abortion obviously is a key issue for her. It's something she's wrapped in this whole concept of freedom. But that does not need to be the only issue. She needs to be able to lay out this idea for America, what the nation would be like with her as president. Most presidents, even incumbents, have a bad first debate.
Right.
She is not the incumbent here, but she may have trouble getting her footing against somebody who's been on stage so often.
Yeah, well, a lot to watch for tonight. Appreciate you driving over and joining us this morning, Bud. Appreciate your insight as always.
Thank you, Mark Kara, very much.
Okay, so you can watch tonight's debate right here on WFAA. Coverage is going to start at 8 o'clock, and then stick around for the news at WFAA here at 10. We will be talking about this tomorrow, too, I can tell you.
Hey, still to come.